Miss Langford, thank you for coming in to Gurley Chiropractic Clinic today. It's always good to have new patients come in and get to share a little bit more about what we do here and how we think we can help you out. Now, our receptionist told me that you're coming in with a complaint of low back pain and headaches. Can you expand on that a little bit?
For about a month now, I've been experiencing really debilitating headaches. It makes it hard to sleep. It interferes with my daily work. And along with that, I've been experiencing a dull ache on my right side in my lower back.
On your right side on your lower back, you say?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. I'll put that down in the notes here. So, on your right side, never on your left?
Never on my left.
Now, on that right side, does it ever travel down your leg or feel like it's numb or tingling?
Occasionally, when I sit too long, I feel a tingling that goes down my leg when I stand up.
Okay. Now, is there anything that makes that pain get any better?
If I take an over-the-counter medication, ibuprofen or Tylenol, then
Okay.
it dulls the pain.
And does that usually last a while, or you have to go back for some more medication, or?
I would say I would have to take the recommended dose of every 4 to 6 hours in order
Okay.
to not have the pain.
All right, well, that's something we definitely want to help you with. Some of those medications can have, adverse effects on your stomach and your liver. So let me tell you a little bit about how we can probably help you. We've seen a lot of cases like yours, and we've had a lot of success with them. What we focus on here is more of a vitalistic style of healthcare. And that's mostly talking about your body as a completely self-organizing, self-healing system that, as long as the signals to heal itself are not interfered with, then everything works the way it should. But when those signals get interrupted, then that's when you have problems. So a little bit about your family history. Do you have anybody else in the family that has any of the same type of problems that you do?
My mom suffers from migraines.
Okay.
And I know that my grandmother has had some aching in her joints as well as lower back pain.
Okay. All right. Well, you said, how long has it been since you started having this back pain?
It's been a little over a month.
A little over a month. Okay. Well, we really want to tell you that you've kind of just been experiencing the symptoms of a problem that has happened, since possibly even when you were born or before you were born. And they've just finally manifested themselves now in this pain that you're experiencing. So would you say that when you were, still inside your mother's womb, was there any slip and falls that she might have had, or did she smoke, or did she drink, or anything like that you might be aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. I know she was not a smoker. As far as a slip and fall, I'd have to check and see, but nothing that I've been told.
Okay. And what about, when you were a little kid, like when you were around 5 years old, did you ever fall off your bike or have any type of accidents or anything like that?
I was a very accident-prone child, so
Okay.
I know that I did fall off my bike. I would like to climb trees and probably fell out a few times as well.
So just a normal American growing up kid, falling and spilling and trying to be a little daredevil. Hey, I was the same way. I won't hold that against you. So anything past 5 years of age until now, have you been in any type of accidents, or is there any type of trauma or emotional stress you've been dealing with?
I mean, I would say I would have the everyday stress of a 9-to-5 job, balancing that with a social life as well as a relationship, just everyday stressors, but I wouldn't say that anything is overly stressing me.
Okay. Well, what we want to do here is to help you to be able to deal with that day-to-day stress that everybody has in the best way possible, and to be able to handle everything that you have thrown at you day to day and make sure that you can do everything that you need to. So we're going to do a little bit of an examination today, being the first visit that you have, and it's going to start out with a chiropractic exam. And now what we're looking for in this chiropractic exam is the components of the vertebral subluxation complex. And that's that interference that I was talking about with you just a little bit ago. That's just our fancy name for it. And part of that vertebral subluxation complex deals with your nerves, deals with your muscles, deals with your bones, and deals with even individual cells. And we've got some fancy words for that. Spinokinesiology. Spino means dealing with your spine. Kinesiology is just the study of movement. We want to look and see how does your spine move both globally and segmentally. So the whole spine together as well as individual parts. So if I can get you to turn your head all the way to the left, far as you can go, okay, that's great, and then back to the right. Perfect. Okay, and now notice that you can turn a little bit further to the left than you can to the right. It seems like you're about 15 degrees less than what we consider to be the average. So do you have any problems where when you need to turn and look a certain direction, it's hard to do with just your neck? You ever find yourself having to turn your entire body to look?
Yes, I would say especially, at work, if someone's talking to me, I do have to turn my entire body to fully look at them.
Okay. And does that cause anything to get tight or any other pain when you do that full body turn?
I wouldn't say noticeable pain, but I do feel a tightness.
Okay. All right, and we just want to get you back to where you can turn your neck properly, because it's kind of dangerous, especially if you're driving, to have to turn your whole body, because that's time that you're not able to pay your full attention to the road. So we want to make sure that we can get that fixed for you. So secondly, neuropathophysiology. You said you weren't really experiencing any numbness or tingling, but we may eventually want to do a test to make sure that your nerves are conducting properly and that the speed from one place to another is the way it's supposed to be. Next, myopathology. This deals with your muscles. That could be, some of that tightness that you feel and any strain that you can feel. We're going to look and see if there's any places that are tighter or looser than other places, and we'll do some muscle tests where I'll have you, hold your hand out and I'll push down against it, and we'll just make sure everything's working the way it should. The next, histopathology. We're looking, like I said, on the individual cellular level, is anything going on, and paying close attention to the intervertebral discs. Now those discs are cushions that your bones sit on that helps you to have, impact resistance, kind of like the shocks in your car. Even though it's kind of more like a rubber tire around a jelly donut is how your intervertebral discs are set up. And then next, we're going to look at your pathophysiology of your bone. That's just looking to make sure we're not dealing with any type of disease in the bone, or I don't want to say the big dreaded C word, but we always want to be able to look for that so that we can catch it early and get that early intervention done. So, does that sound good to you?
Absolutely.
All right. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about an x-ray exam. What we're going to do is do a complete physical on you. I'm going to be pulling on certain parts of you, pushing on certain parts of you, asking you, does this hurt or does this make it feel better? And if at any point when it hurts, you just let me know, and we'll stop right there. But if we do need to, we're going to do some x-rays, which is just taking pictures of your spine. Now, a lot of people get worried about radiation when we start to talk about x-rays, and the thing is that most of the cell phones that we carry around with us every day, all day long, are putting out as much radiation as one of these pictures. But like I said, we're not going to do anything unless it's completely necessary for your case and to help you getting better. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Next, let's talk a little bit about the finances. Do you have any insurance that you'd like to file with us today?
I do. I have insurance through my employer.
All right.
And they are in your system.
Okay. So good.
Yes. I provided that information to your receptionist.
All right.
So I'd love to use my insurance to provide care.
Well, what they will do is they're going to call your insurance company, verify, all the different stuff that we do here, and get it covered as much as possible. But even if, there's something that insurance won't cover or we can't work that out, our prices here are about equivalent to anybody else that's a provider in the area that does stuff similar to what we do. And those are about $45 a visit. And in that's going to include a little bit of a light massage just to kind of get you loosened up before we go in and see if you have a need to be adjusted. We may not adjust you every day. It's just going to be, when you need that adjustment. So also want to make sure that you know that anything we do or any charge, it's not like something that you're signed up for that you have to stick to. It's up to you. It's your decision on whether you want to continue or not. Does that sound good? Good deal?
Yes, that sounds absolutely wonderful, and I feel very comfortable with all of that.
All right. Well, does it sound like that you'd like to get started with care?
Absolutely. Sign me up.
All right. Well, there's different ways of care, different approaches that we can go about things. First is a condition-based care. So you're coming in with the problem with the back pain. First thing we want to do is get you out of pain. Secondly, we want to restore some of that function that I just showed you, that maybe your head doesn't turn as far as it needs to be. We're going to do some other exams that are going to have you move in different ways just to see what's going on and make sure everything's moving in the way that it should. Next, we're going to have corrective care. After we do our x-rays, in that x-ray room, you'll see there's different phases of spinal degeneration. Normal spine is supposed to have a good curvature in it. That curvature helps to distribute the weight of your head evenly throughout your spine. Then you'll have stage 1 degeneration, where you start to lose that curvature. Stage 2, where you can start to see a little bit of bone spurs and some lipping on the vertebra, and maybe your disc is not as thick in some places as it should be. And then the last form of care that we have is a wellness care. And with that, we're going to have you come in on a regular basis. We're going to check you out, make sure that everything's going the way that it should, and then we're just going to keep you running to the fullest of your ability and help you to reach total health. Sounds like you have a dog too. I also want to let you know that chiropractic care is great for animals. So if you'd like to bring them in, we have a veterinarian that comes into the office. I'm certified to work with animals as long as we've got a vet around, and we're going to take the utmost care of them. So let's talk a little bit about chiropractic itself. To help you understand it and for you to be able to fully understand it, first I've got to ask you, do you understand proper car maintenance?
I do, for the most part. I would
So
say.
you know that if you change your oil regularly, it helps your motor to be able to run better and it makes it last longer, right?
Absolutely.
And you know that if your tires are balanced and your suspension is in alignment, that your car is not bouncing all down the road and you're not pulling to the left and pulling to the right. Well, that's the same type of thing that goes on with your body. Proper maintenance is going to extend your life, and not only extend your life, but give you a better quality of life as a whole. So, does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. So, now that we've got all that out of the way and you've agreed to continue care, I want to tell you a little bit about how our office visits are going to go from here. We're going to have a new patient advocate work with you. I think you've already met them this morning. Did you meet the new patient advocate?
I did.
And they helped you out with all your paperwork and got you in here and
Yes,
made
they were
sure?
extremely helpful.
All right, that's great. That's what we love to hear. So this person's going to help you out through the rest of the day, throughout the rest of the exams that we do, and that'll be your contact person. Also, we need to talk a little bit about how the practice runs. Let's say you're running late for an appointment and you have to miss it and reschedule, just what our rescheduling policy is, just things like that. But I'm really excited to be working with you, and I think we can help you out a lot. So do you have any questions for me?
I do have a couple of questions. What would you say is the better benefit of chiropractic care as opposed to, like you said, maybe going to a doctor and getting prescribed medication for the problems I'm having?
Well, you've said that you're already taking a lot of the over-counter medications, and like I've told you, that some of those can have harmful effects on your stomach and your liver if you're taking them long term. So really, really want to look and find out what the root cause of the problems that you're having is, and go from there to be able to not just treat the symptom, but to actually go after what's making you in a situation of dis-ease. We want you to be at ease and be able to completely function and have total health. Now, a lot of people that have come to us from different medical doctors, whether they went to an orthopedic surgeon about something they were having going on, said that they went in, they spent about 5 minutes with the actual doctor. They didn't really explain anything to them about what was going on. They handed a prescription and said, okay, we'll see you in 2 weeks. And it was just basically that. So we're going to really spend time with you, explain to you, and go into great detail about what's going on with you. And also we're using a hands-on approach, so where we're not putting anything into your body, that's a pill or a potion or a powder or any type of medication, but just applying a light force to be able to let your nervous system work to the fullest of its ability. And your nervous system is the controlling system of the body. It's the only system that's enclosed completely in bone. It's your brain, your spinal cord, and all your other nerves. And we want to make sure that your neural impulses can flow properly so that your muscles and your bones and everything else will work. So Ms. Lankford, I'm glad that you're here with us, and I'm looking forward to working with you and getting you into total health. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you back in just a minute. All right, so that was our mock first patient. They're going to be coming to the healthcare class soon. And at the healthcare class, we're going to go a little bit over what's in these folders here. I've got research about, like you heard the question about where have medical doctors failed and what is going on in medicine right now. Also different areas of interest in chiropractic, such as functional neurology and different ways that we're helping people get better. And then also our practice management folder that's going to help me once I get in practice to be able to run the clinic properly, to have patients come in and have an organized system of getting them to come in and to stay in so that we can help them get better, because the best way to keep the business up and running is to have regular returning patients. And then if they're getting better, they're going to bring referrals in too. So you can see my little tabs right here. We're ready to go. All right. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.